Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video update for Wednesday, November the 3rd. Happy Fed Day. Got a crazy day today from the Fed. We knew that, Fed days are always kind of a wild card just because we don't know what's going to happen and what they're going to say. So we got a lot today. You had a lot to talk about today. So as you can see, I've got a chart of the ES here, and as we go into the Fed, the black, this is light gray is overnight session. As we go into today's session, look at this: chop, 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 indecision, indecision. We're not going to do anything ahead of the Fed. What's the Fed going to say? What's the Fed going to say? Boom! Straight up, that's a 43 point off the bottom. 43 points, literally vertical. I mean, straight up. And so, what was so amazing that the Fed said, and I'm scratching my head, I still don't see it, I guess. Powell said, and I'm giving you the Cliff Notes, he said that inflation is transitory, don't worry about it, we got a handle on this, that kind of thing. They have been prepping us for the reduction in bond buying that's about to start happening, and maybe that's why we didn't get such a big move out of that. They said that the pace of any rate hikes can be they can be patient doing rate hikes. So overall it was a very, very sugar-coated, dovish commentary, and I was actually saying that in the room today. I said he's going to be really dovish, because if he's not, this thing's going to tank. Because this is not good news that he's giving us. And what is it? You put lipstick on a pig or whatever, it's still a pig. Same thing. Not good news, in my opinion. I've been doing this for a long time, over 30 years, and anytime you have rates, rate hikes, when they start, the market does not like that, right? Because the money goes out and flows into other things. Now, yes, with rates near zero, there is some wiggle room there before the market starts panicking, because the money doesn't won't immediately flow out into bonds and other things immediately until rates get a little bit higher. But again, this is it's not great news. And I'm still trying to scratch my head. This is a new all-time high, another new all-time high. We've had 4 days in a row of new all-time highs. So check this out. Let's do a 10-day chart here. And we're going. Oh, okay, a little bullish. Boom. This is just kind of crazy. New all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high, etc. So let's take this thing out on longer term time frame here, and there's a 1-year chart, and as you can see, this is our quote unquote normal stuff. We have ebb and flow, the stair step. You guys know the stair step thing, up, and then you take the elevator down a little bit, and then you stair step up, elevator down, stair step up, elevator down, etc. And all these have been by the dip, and then here we got a big head fake, because this was not by the dip. We took out quite a few levels of support here, and at this point we thought there's a pretty good chance we'd come back down, test that fire line. We didn't. We were ripping higher. But what's interesting here, if you zoom in here, off this low, how many days in a row is this, up, and then just big pushes higher, not just little, now we're not up 6-7 points, we're up, big push, 20, 30, 40 points in a row. It's crazy. So, where do we go from here? And let me zoom this back out a little bit. I'm looking at Voodoo Lines here, and obviously I'm not short this, but obviously we want to be thinking about tightening up stops, and I've been keeping risk super low, very light and nimble, and all that kind of stuff. I do have 3 different fade trades, which means that all I'm trying to do is catch, we're still in bullish mode here, obviously, but I'm just trying to catch, this pullback or that pullback or that pullback or that one or that one or that one or that one. Any one of these little pullbacks, just a little bit of pullback down here, and then I'd be a buyer here, for the next run up, but I can't buy it here. It's just, we're way we've gone way too far. So let's zoom out here and look and see. You can see here that above us, if we look at just our Voodoo lines, our levels on the Voodoo lines here, we've got a skyline there, and then we've got nothing above us until 4,800. So are we just going to keep going and going and going? Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. You'll have to do it without me because I'm not crazy about buying this thing up here. I could probably make a case for some selected names to run higher if the market keeps going higher. But overall, what I don't want to do is to get in a day like any of these. I don't want to have a red candle that goes like this in one day and get smoked in one day on the downside, and that's more and more likely the higher we go up. Again, I'm not saying short this thing at all, but I'm saying be very careful, and I would be and I am all about doing a fade trade for pullback, and then I would buy the pullback most likely, depending on the depth and all that kind of stuff. And of course, we can have the wild card would be any news that's thrown out there at any time. We do have payrolls on Friday, so be aware of that. That's also a market moving event because the Fed watches that pretty closely. But again, that's the ES, here's the Nasdaq. Same thing, vertical. None of these moves go, none of them go that far before you have some kind of correction. This one, even here, pull back, pretty nice pullback. We're starting to lose momentum there. Snow line, pull back, rip higher, pull back. Rip. We'll have pullback here. So that's what I'm watching for. Again, got to be careful in this market because this is it'll chop your head off if you're long. It'll chop your head off if you're short. So you just got to be really careful. I know it's probably not very helpful, but you can look at the chart, just like I can, and go, well, that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I can't really buy it up here. And if it keeps going, you'll have to do it without me. Here on the Nasdaq, we have a fire line up there at 16,656. Do we keep going up there? I don't know. The money seems to have been rotating out of big tech into the rut. The rut's been on fire lately. We were up maybe 90 points in a couple of days on the rut. It's crazy. Same thing. So again, you're not dealing with your normal kind of stuff here. So be very careful. Size light, take profit when you can, all that kind of stuff. We've been in the bias account. We've been dodging bullets, and we're still fine. I'm still on the winning streak. I hadn't had a loss yet in over 2 months, but it's nerve-wracking trading this market, I tell you. So anyway, that's what I've got for us. Just be careful out there. Come join us in the bias room or the main room, either one, and we can look at trades together. And until next time, just stay light and stay very nimble. So thanks for the time, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me